Okay, so this is, I think, the second time I've done an explanation on this mechanism, but it's whatever. So yeah, these are the four main parts for the blowback. You have the trigger, the throwback, the hammer, and the slide. Uh, I'm gonna go over explanation of how to go about putting on the elastics. I don't know if that's even part. That sounds kind of weird, but anyways, yeah. So strongest elastic you're going to want to put on the trigger. So that reason being is the trigger has to be able to overpower every single other part of the mechanism. So um, when the weapon is fired, uh, the trigger is going to be in that position, and the slide and throwback reset before the trigger resets. So when the trigger goes down, it pushes and makes contact with the throwback and resets. The throwback needs an elastic pulling it back up so that when the trigger pushes it down, it can reset and continue to make contact with the slide. Since the elastic is pulling up and pushing on the slide elastic needs to be stronger than the throwback elastic. But you don't want the slide to be too strong, or else you don't want the elastic on the slide to be too strong, or else it's going to make the gun weaker, because a lot of force behind the slide is going to, I don't know, damage the slide, and then the slide's going to fall apart. Okay, and then the least strongest elastic is going to be in the hammer, which is this piece right here. It should be up like that, but I don't have any rubber bands in, so it's just going to fall down. Alright, so right now the mechanism is locked up, so when you pull the trigger, it's not going to make contact with the throwback. When you pull back the hammer, it releases the throwback and allows it to make contact with the slide, which then lets the trigger make contact with the throwback. And then if you have the external decocker here, push down, and then the rubber band on the hammer pulls it down, and then it locks the throwback. That's pretty much it, I think. Not too much else to go into. Yeah, okay, I'm going to go over the magazine. Okay, so if you are going to run elastics from this, you could have it so that it pulls straight up, and then I think my old mechanism, what I did is I had the elastic run back behind here, so this would be a full piece, like a full peg, like one of these, run through here, and then the elastic runs behind it, so that it's always making contact with the slide. But with my updated version, with the magazine, whatever and stuff, the magazine feeds up about to here, about the top of this gray piece, and what it does is it stretches the elastic on the throwback, so it pulls it up so that the throwback goes in the up position and makes contact, or the elastic creates tension for it so that it'll it'll work. I don't know. I'm trying to think. And how the last bullet and chamber mechanism works. So when you take the magazine out, the elastic wants to doesn't necessarily want to pull the hammer down. The elastic just doesn't pull anywhere. So when you pull the trigger and there's no elastic to reset the throwback, it's just going to, okay, so then the slide pushes it back forward. The mechanism is just going to want to flop down like that, and then now it's not going to make contact with it anymore. So when you put the magazine in again, it'll stretch the elastic, cause it to make pressure against the hammer, and then when you pull the hammer back, it'll blah 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 there. So I hope I did an adequate job of explaining this. I'm not very good at conveying my thoughts to other people, but hopefully I can actually get a full mechanism and instruction video out at some point.